microphones as well. And then when you speak, you can switch on your camera so that we can see who we're speaking to, but that's absolutely your choice whether you want to do that. But please keep microphones on mute. We are all at home as well, and you will get a lot of background noise. The bar, I'm sure that most of you will know or understand the icons, but just in case, the two little people you see is where you can click to see who all the participants are. And then you have, next to that, you have the speech bubble, which is your chat section where already you have started entering your student numbers. If there's anything that you want to make aware, your facilitator aware of during the session, that's where you can type it in. Next to that, you'll find the hand. If you're on your cell phone, you might have to click on the three dots that you see on this screen next to the hand, so that you might find your hand in the functions that you will find under the three dots. But if you struggle, please type a message. I will keep an eye out for messages like that. But when your facilitator is busy, you can either raise your hand by clicking on the hand, but please always remember to lower your hand so that it doesn't become a historical hand. And then there's obviously the position that your camera should always be in, with a little line through it to show that it's off. And then when your microphone is like you see it on the bar, then it's on. So if you look at the top there, then it's on mute. And the functionality next to that is just for your facilitator to share a screen. Going back to the three dots again, that's not something that you will often use, but it's a good thing for you to familiarize yourself with what functionalities you will find there. I don't think at this stage you will be able, because sometimes we sit, especially when your family is home this time of the evening, we sit in environments where people move in the background. So when you click on those three dots, you will see that you have the option to apply a pre-populated background. You can always use that as from next week on, you might have that functionality, but you might not have it yet. Although if you're on a laptop, you might have that, but it's just a nice function to know about. Then please, even though I post the link to the attendance register in your chat section, please also just type your student number in that chat section for us to always have a record. If anything happens to the attendance register, then I can always get hold of you through your student number in the chat section. Then just bear in mind that these are not tutorial sessions. So your facilitator will not be taking you through the learning content step by step. Your facilitator is going to focus on the areas identified as the most challenging skills that you will need to pass this module. Okay. That doesn't mean that you cannot say to your facilitator, look, I think I don't see in your schedule that you're going to be discussing this topic, but we really struggle with that. Please, can we have a session on that as well? And then number 5, let's see, there's 2 number 5s, my apologies for that. But we have an extended service to these facilitation sessions. You will also, as from next week on, you will receive a request to engage in one-on-one consultations with your facilitator, which means that you can now, on a query form that you will receive, put a single query to your facilitator that you think you might have and you want to engage with your facilitator on a one-on-one basis, and not where the whole group is involved. We often find that students in these broadcast sessions are quite shy, I would call it, to raise their hands and say, look, I really struggle with that. And I want to encourage you to do that. It doesn't matter what the people around you think about what you struggle with. Find the confidence to say, I really struggle with this. And your facilitator will either then say to you, you know what, I'm not going to address it at this point. but I will be addressing it in your one-on-one session. So send me a query regarding that. Then you know that in the email we sent, you will always find the link to these sessions. If you lose the link, please, and we will be more clear on that in the next communication, please go onto my UNISA and look for the Western Cape, UNISA Western Cape tab. Because you can always go in through my UNISA, get onto the portal of my UNISA, and you will find that this module, you have to click on the Writing Center to get to this module, and the link will always be there. I always advise students to put the link on their cell phones. So, you know, you click on the link when you've saved it on your cell phone and it opens up in your browser automatically. When you do come late, we don't mind, but slip in by your camera being off, your microphone being off, and then not to interrupt the class if you are experiencing technical challenges. You should then be emailing your technical query to, sorry about that, just hold on. There we go. You can then always email your technical queries to CTN TUT, and I will post that in the sessions as well, in the chat section. Students who are not able to hear in class, please don't interrupt the class. Put it in your chat section. We will look at if there's anything we can do for you in the background. But we do make recordings of every single session that takes place. So you will always, and for exam purposes, always have access to all the recordings of all the sessions. But why do we encourage you to attend the session? So that you have the option and the privilege to ask your questions in class. And then the last notes from my side, ignore those two links. I post the links for you in the chat section so that you can complete your attendance register. And then also your evaluation session towards the end of the session. Please complete that. It really takes 15 to 20 seconds to do that. And now I'm done with my protocol for the evening. I'm then going to hand you over to your facilitator, who is Portia Adams. And if she can come online, then you can meet her. We are very, very fortunate to have Portia as the facilitator for the session. So Portia, once again, welcome. And thank you for being our facilitator. I'm going to start the recording for your session now, okay?
Thank you, Adele. Good day, everyone. I'm Portia Adams, and I'll be a facilitator for this semester. I'm a learning support teacher by profession, and I hope we will have a good time together. Enjoy. Please give me a minute just to upload my presentation.
Okay, Portia, just give me a minute.
Yes.
Before we start. I just want to start the recording and get back into your session. Here we go. All right.
Thank you.
Ready? Okay, enjoy.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know that Portia is experiencing some slow connection tonight. So on this point, just remember the following. When anything happens, your facilitator will leave the session and come back into the session. Okay, so don't go away until we know that she cannot connect again. And the same goes for you. When you lose connection, all you do is either you click on your link again or you reconnect. But don't just give up, okay? I will definitely post a message if anything happens that Portia cannot continue. Thank you, Portia.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the module of CIC2601, computer integration in the classroom. Welcome to the 21st century.
Are you there, Portia?
I'm so sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yep,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Good. Thank you. Welcome to the 21st century, students, where the world we live in is rapidly changing. It merely took over everything of our lives, every aspect of our lives. In education, technology has really revolutionized the way we teach, communicate, and manage the information. As you can see, the computers or the internet that connects us to the outside world. We also moved from blackboards to digital interactive whiteboards, and where students also are using digital technology in classrooms. And on the right-hand side, you can see the various digital technologies we can use for educational purposes. Educators who is not staying current on the
Portia,
on the
sorry.
technology side. Yes.
Portia?
Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you clearly, but your presentation, are you doing a PowerPoint? Because
Yes,
what
yes.
I still see your folder structure on the screen.
Is it? Can I just
Yeah,
go
it's
over
it's
here?
fine.
All right. Just a second. Oh, just try to get out of here quickly.
Let's just give Portia some time to share that screen.
Apologies for that, students.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry.
Just a moment while I reload my presentation. So you can still see.
Please, future, remember this is new to all of us. In future, when you hear your facilitator saying that she's sharing a screen and you can't see it, please speak up, help her out, because we don't know on the other side whether you can see our screen that we meant to share.
Adele, please give me indication. Can you see my screen?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Let me try again.
You unshared, first unshare, share again.
Yes, I'll share again.
And then I think choose at the bottom of your screen, then screen 1. She should see little TV screens coming up. Choose. There I can see your screen. Okay, now you use Command Tab until you get to the document you want to share because you've not chosen your screen. On your keyboard.
Yes, on my keyboard, I do.
Yeah, Command Tab.
tab, yes.
But we want to see that screen again, that you just had.
Yes, we'll do that now. Just go into the desktop quicker. Thank you.
Okay, now you've got a screen there.
Yes, can you see it?
Yes. Okay.
All right,
cool.
good. Thank
So
you.
now you on the slideshow.
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Students, as I've said, we are living in the 21st century now, where the world we live in is rapidly changing. Technology has taken over every aspect of our lives. And education technology is so important nowadays. It gives one, as you can see there on my screen, we're making use of computers now and the internet for us to connect with the outside world. Interactive whiteboards has replaced the blackboards we had in olden days. Students are using technology in classrooms at the moment, and there on the right-hand side you can see the other technical or digital devices that we can use for educational purposes. Let me move over to my following slide. Integration in the classroom. What is integration in the classroom and how do teachers address it? There is many challenges for teachers at the moment. It also improves education and it upgrades learner technology skills and it equips teachers with the skills and knowledge. So in the classroom at the moment, it remains a constant challenge for teachers in South Africa. And the aim is to develop quality education for learners once all the teachers are on board with the new technology. Then the e-education policy of South Africa's goal is that every learner should technologically be well informed. That's what they brought in tablets in class, computers, and some schools even have iPads. Teachers also gain well-equipped knowledge and skills, and it also will assist them when they have that skills and knowledge to understand content better, as well as improving their teaching and learning potential at the end of the day. As I move on to my next slide, what is the purpose of this module? The purpose of this module is to ensure that we equip you with the necessary skills and knowledge that you will be able to use at the most appropriate time in your classroom. And you will also be able to efficiently and effectively work it in your classroom. The following slide, it continues with the purpose of this module. It's to understand computers, it's to learn new technologies, integration in the classroom, you're going to learn about computer hardware and software, processing, networks, and computer skills. So my side is that I will help you with the necessary skills that you need to be efficient and effective in the classroom using ICT. Now, what is the definition of technology or integrated technology? And how are you going to use it in your lesson? It is basically the use of technology or tools, technology tools in general, to educate your learners and to allow students to apply computer and technological skills and learning problem solving. The following slide is the learning outcomes. What is the learning outcomes of this module? It is for you to understand what integration of ICT in South African schools is all about. You will also get a clearer understanding of the role all role players plays in the effective integration of ICT in the classroom. You also evaluate and update your ICT skills continuously because teachers are lifelong learners. Teachers in ICT must be competent and also confident using ICT in the classroom. That's why you chose this model, to be confident and efficient using ICT in your classroom when you enter the classroom for the first time. And then I have some important information for you with regards to student support. You have study groups that you can join. And I will also advise you to make contact with your fellow students. One way to do this is to form a study group and address what problems you have and come to a conclusion. And if you still have that same problem and do not have the still have a problem, then you can ask me in class. But remember, just reiterate what Adele said. I'm only here to help you with skills development. Then also, please make use of the discussion forum on My UNISA. If you have access to a computer that is linked to the internet, you can join the discussion forums about issues relating to this module on My UNISA. Like Adele said, you must make use of the My UNISA portal, and there you will get all your resources. Then My UNISA, if you have access to My UNISA, you will get all the resources on there related to your module. Then you have other support as well, that is e-tutors that will support you throughout your studies. What I expect from you students is that you participate in all these student support groups and that you participate in these facilitation classes. And then lastly, I'd like to say thank you. As Bill Gates said, I'm not in competition with anyone but myself. My goal is to improve myself continuously. And technology is growing at a rapid pace, meaning that we must constantly keep ourselves updated with the new technology. Thank you, students. Is there any questions for me at this moment? You may raise your hand or you may type in the message bar.
Students, can you please mute your microphones? Hello, everyone.
Is there any questions, students?
Okay. I just want to, at this point, say this was our introductory session for this module. I'd like us to open up a discussion, Portia, on if students have looked at their study material so far. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just see if I can see whose microphone is not muted.
All right.
Okay. Anybody else that can see whose microphone is not muted? Is there any students still there? Yes, please speak. No one there? Okay. Usha, still there?
Yes, Adele. Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Okay. Doesn't look like anybody else is there. Okay. Why can't I see who's Min? Oh no, she is muted. Usha, you not muted. Okay. All right, Portia. Then looks like it's just you and I. And
Yes,
then
Adele.
we'll get back together again next week.
Sure will do, Adele. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. Are you you okay with you know, when that screening of the sharing of your screen,
Yes.
I've learned to always check. I've done a whole presentation with nobody telling me that I don't have my presentation on. It happens. So always ask them if they can see your slide with whatever on it. Okay.
Yes, we'll do
Kelly,
that.
are you still there? Kelly?
I can't see anyone.
At the bottom of my screen, I still have people.
Yes, and I can't see the
Can you
participants on mine.
check again? Okay.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Yes, hi. There's still 12 of us on with you.
Oh, okay. All right, because my screen shows a very interesting grayed out participants. Okay, are you still there so that we can just have a discussion about what this module is about?
Yes.
Portia, okay,
Yes.
good.
Yes, I'm here.
Portia,
Yes.
just give us an overview of what is this this module actually about, and what is the benefit in education of having this module? Just chat to us.
All right. This module is all about how to use ICT in the classroom. Okay. That is to make how to use ICT in the classroom, making the teacher's workload lighter, not lighter in a sense of not doing the curriculum as they should, but just lighter in a sense of less paperwork. Less paperwork. What is, and then you ask the next question. It was, what is the, Adele? Can you hear me?
What's the benefit of having this subject in your course?
I can't hear you properly.
Hi, can you now hear me?
Yes, I can.
Well, what is the benefit of having this subject in your course? In other words, what are the students going to learn in the end?
All right. What you're going to learn in the end is how to work efficiently and effectively with ICT tools in the education practice or in your classrooms, meaning that you will be able to work with technology with the learners, and will make it easier for you to assess, not to assess, to reach your learners, whereby they can work from home and you can still mark it at school once they complete it at home on the digital devices.
Okay. Tell us about how the exams work for this subject.
The exams for this subject at UNISA?
Yes.
All right. What you do, the exams, it will you must complete all your assignments too, and all of them, as you can see, most of them is multiple choice. I don't know if you have a look at your tutorial letter, but suppose you looked at it already, and you must be able to know what tools to use at what time, or let me say what application to use when. And you must also know the function of the different tools that you can use in integration, technology integration in your classrooms.
Portia, is this an online module?
No, it's not. It's not an online module.
Okay. All right.
All right.
And assignments. Have the students, have you heard assignments?
Assignments?
Have you?
Yes.
Yeah. Have the students received the new assignment dates? Can anybody answer this? Any student?
Hi. No, as far as we know, all the assignments have already been handed in. The due dates are already closed.
So have you not had an extension on these assignment dates?
No, the first one was extended, but the second one we had to hand in at this Friday.
Or tomorrow?
No. Last week Friday.
Oh, last week Friday. Okay, and what was
Yes.
your experience, JQ? Who's JQ?
Yes.
Okay.
Adele, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Adele, there are many students that are very concerned about assignment number 1. It was a multiple choice assignment, and I went thoroughly through my assignment and discovered that approximately 30 to 40% of my questions were marked incorrectly. I went word for word, I looked at the study guide, and it very clearly marked incorrectly. And on the discussion platform, there were approximately 300 to 400 students that had the same complaint as I do. And I can see already on the meeting chat other people responding. So we would like to know where we can get response, because we're not getting a response from the lecturer.
Who am I speaking to now?
It's Jessica Quinn.
Jessica, can I
Yes.
please ask you to, in the chat section, just type me something about that. You can even do it afterwards, doesn't matter.
Okay.
But I'd like at least one person as a reference. I'm not going to mention your name, but I will definitely make a contact with a colleague.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you say this is a general problem?
Yes, most definitely.
Okay, and do you know who sorry, do you know who your lecturer is?
Yes, I do. Then his name, he is in the main lecture.
Okay, will you put that in the chat section for me as well,
Yes.
please?
Yes, and
Okay.
I can give you, I can substantiate where it's very clearly been incorrectly marked. I've got proof from the study guide, so it's not just
Yes, yes. And was it a multiple choice?
Yes, it was all multiple choice.
And when did you try to bring this to their attention?
Quite a few weeks ago, when I received my results.
Okay. And that was, you're talking about the first assignment. So just be very specific about the assignment number that you give me.
Yes.
And then you had to submit your second assignment without resolution to the first assignment.
Yes.
Okay.
But the second assignment was very different, a very different approach. So fortunately, the type of answers and questions in the first assignment, I don't think really would have affected the second one too much. But still, yeah.
Right. Thank you. But just give me that information and we'll definitely get back to you. Okay.
I will do so. Thank you.
What I'd like you all to do is to come onto this meeting, this session again. This was just to see if we have any students interested in these sessions. Now, I think, Portia, what we can do is I want students to start typing into the chat section what they would like us to discuss, for you to discuss next week. What are you struggling with? Because, there's no use not engaging, and this is the purpose of these sessions. Remember, they are not tutorials, they are facilitation sessions. So what is it the students would like Portia to address in these sessions? So if you, because I thought, okay, maybe we can provide assistance with the assignments by not giving you the answers, but I mean, if that was your challenging areas. But what is it in this module that is so challenging? Anyone?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I think a lot of students had difficulty with assignment 2 due to the lack of information that was included in the study material that was provided by UNISA. They weren't really sure how to complete that second assignment. because they were
Okay.
asked things that weren't included in the module, such as AI and the fourth industrial revolution.
Okay. Portia,
I hope-
is
Yes, Adele, I'm here.
somebody else was trying to say something? Okay. Portia, is it possible that you
Yes.
could maybe take assignment 2 next week? Would it
Yes,
help?
we'll
I'm
do that.
asking the students now. Would it help if we
Yes.
take assignment 2, because it's already been submitted, and you
Yes,
work
yes.
through that assignment 2 with the challenging areas? The students, would
Yes,
you want that?
Yes, we can do that. We can do that,
Okay,
Adele.
students, would you
So-
want Portia to do that with you next week? Can you raise your hands if you agree? What is it you would like us to do in these sessions? Otherwise, we go ahead as according to what we've planned. Hello,
Yes.
Jessica.
Oh.
Jessica, can you hear me?
Yes, Adele, yes, that assignment 2, I would say 3/4 of the assignment did not relate at all to our study material. We had to research, there's nothing wrong with that, but it was interesting that the majority of the assignment we actually had to research. It had nothing to do really, or very little to do with the study guide. So it was very challenging. It'd be very interesting to see the marks on that. So it'd be lovely if we could go through that assignment all together.
Okay, so you would like that?
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, Portia,
Okay.
shall we then
Yes.
for next week
Yes,
look
we'll
at
do
assignment
assignment
2 and guide them through how would you have advised them to do what? Do you think we can do that?
We can do that, Adele.
Okay. And then from there, we can also identify areas that will, the students can identify for you that we can address going forward. Remember, these are engaging sessions, so please, we need your support and assistance to determine exactly what it is that you would benefit from these sessions. Okay, so that we don't want to be prescriptive. This is about technologies, and I mean there's a lot of nice things that you can learn that can benefit you in your teaching profession. So we will then be back next week, and then Portia will discuss assignment 2 with some, Portia, will we be able to provide some valuable research resources as well?
Yes, I will be able to do that, Adele.
Okay, great. Everyone, just make sure that you have completed the attendance register, please. And just type your student number in the chat section. And then, Jessica, you will leave me a message in terms of who I can contact and inquire, and I will be back then to this session next week, hopefully with a response as to what was your lecturer's take on it.
Hi, Adele.
Yes.
Hi, sorry. So I actually sent the lecturer a few emails 2 weeks ago, and he eventually responded regards to assignment 1. He sent me an email saying, please send a copy of the script, including the answers where you were marked wrong. In addition, provide a motivation for all the answers where you feel a mark is deserved. So he instructed me to set up a whole thing and explain to him why I feel my answers were marked wrong. And I did do that a week ago, and he still has not replied until today.
Okay. In this session, are there other students experiencing exactly the same that Jessica is saying now? Just put up your hand. Raise your hand so that I can see if it's only Jessica and... Okay. All right. Okay, let's see what we can do regarding that. And then we will be back next week discussing assignment 2. And I will see if I can have some feedback on assignment 1 and concerns regarding that. Will that be okay?
Yes,
Right.
thank you.
Okay. All right. Have a good
Thank
evening, everyone, and
Thank-
we'll see each other next week.
Thank you, students. Goodbye.
Thank you, Portia.
Thank
you,
you.
Bye-bye.
Adele. Bye.
Bye.